Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to July's Pickups and Platinums. If you've not seen one of these before, this is my monthly video where I go through what I've picked up and then what I've managed to get through on my trophy list on my quest to 85%, the Cobbled Street to 85%. I picked up too many things this month, but I was on kind of a speculation train. I don't know, I just got into a whole speculation thing, so I've got some kind of rare ones which are quite interesting to show off really, but then again, if I only had one or two games it wouldn't be interesting, would it? And then of course at the end I will go through all new members and patrons, again a lot of you, so thank you so much for that. Right, let's get on straight on with this. I'm not going to go there yet. I'm going to go for a digital one, which was Lonely Mountains Downhill. That was courtesy of Caution. He said it was really good, so he sent me a super chat to pick it up. I've done that. I've not played it yet. I will be streaming it. I'll do it as part of one of my sort of indie type streams. It looks good. It's it almost looks like downhill mountain biking, but not BMX, micro machines. That sort of handling. I hope it is, because it does look quite good. Definitely looks interesting, and sort of hopefully it's a pick up and play type game, and then I can just kind of do it over the month. Yeah, so thank you again for that. And then first physical release this I managed to get this month is one that you saw last month that I had on my trophy list. I got the digital version. I didn't actually know this had a physical version, and that's the Moose Man, or just Moose Man. Got it sealed. It's not a limited run, but it has a limited run. There's no other way of saying that really, is there? There's only 1,000 of these, or 999 of these in the world. This one's still sealed. Moose Man was really good. It was a really good sort of experience type game. I do like those ones. And this was from Red Art Games. They're sort of similar to Limited Run, I believe. They do sort of, I think they handle some of Ratalaika type games as well, to be honest. So yeah, that's that one. It's a pretty good game. So if you can get it, it's usually quite cheap on the store. So if you've got it that way, it's a bit more expensive to get the physical, obviously. And then I do have a limited run, but it's not one of their numbered ones, and that is my Green Lava Studios Volume 1. So this was an April Fool's joke by Limited Run. It just appeared on April 1st for sale, and it's My Name is Mayo 1 and 2 and Mr. Masaji, which I've never played and I never will. I'll probably never open this, to be honest. I mean, this is going to be pretty collectible, I'd imagine, in the future. Yeah, My Name is Mayo 1 and 2. Yeah, can you believe there's a physical release of that game, or those two games? I couldn't believe they were doing it either. But they did, and of course I've got to get it. I have to get it. There are some other limited runs coming up, but what I've decided to do in the future is actually not get everything that they're releasing, because they've started releasing a lot of crap, to be honest. Not that, I mean, My Name is Mel, that's not crap, is it? No, lots of sort of almost iPhone type games on the PS5 I've noticed. So I'm just going to be starting to get just the absolute ones that I want. It's getting a bit ridiculous, really. So yeah, you're going to see some that I probably might not have picked up if I wasn't trying to get all of them. Yes, next we have Deadlight. This was recommended to me by Mayara, and you'll be seeing this video on the Tuesday. I will be streaming this on the Thursday. Deadlight, I didn't actually know anything about this game, and I keep forgetting the title of it in the streams. So thank you, Mayara, for recommending this. It actually looks like a 2.5D type, The Last of Us almost, sort of survival horror, the zombies type thing, but it's on a linear 2D sort of plane. It actually looks like it could be really good. In the trailer, the platforming or the movement looked a bit janky in places. Hopefully that's not the case. If it plays really well, it could actually be a really good game. One I've never heard of, to be honest. And then next up, I went to the CEX, my local one, and I have never even heard of this game. It's called Mad Games Tycoon. I thought it was to do with Mad Magazine. I don't think it is, but that's what I initially saw when I first saw that. I thought, what in the hell is that? And there was only one in the country, so I instantly bought it, obviously. You build your own gaming empire. It's kind of a sim. I'll be playing the trailer, so I don't need to show you the back. Yeah, it's sort of like a not theme park, but theme hospital. It kind of looks like that sort of thing, but you own your own dev studio, and you need to make games and obviously tycoon, that sort of thing. It does actually look like it could be quite good, and I looked up the scores, and apparently it is quite good. And I never knew that was out. And So yeah, that's quite a rare find as well. Have you ever seen it? Let me know, because I've definitely never seen that before. Next up is limited run number 5 for the PS5. Limited run number 1 for the PS5, and that's Cthulhu Saves Christmas. I had to get this on US Amazon. I missed it when they did their pre-order on their actual site, but it is. I think it's actually still available on Amazon in the US if you want it for whatever reason. But it's number 1 of the PS5. It's kind of the first of the collection. It looks like I don't know, like almost like a Zelda type, really old. It's not what I would have thought anyway. It's kind of looks like an RPG, Zelda-esque, old school Zelda, maybe a bit of Final Fantasy, that sort of thing. Not what I was expecting, but definitely looks like it could be interesting. Apparently it's quite easy as well, so I'll probably stream that at some point in the future. Next, with the whole Dead Space being announced, I looked and I didn't actually own Dead Space on the PS3, which is quite embarrassing. So I instantly went and got that. Yeah, I mean, I did the Platinum in like 2009, but I didn't actually realise I don't own Dead Space. I've got the other 2, and now I have all 3 again. So that's why I've got that one. Resident Evil Origins Collection. I'm well into Resident Evil. I think it might be my second favourite sort of genre series. I'm saying genre because my first is a genre. It's a Souls, you know, Bloodborne, and they're all kind of a genre now, aren't they? Yeah, Resident Evil Origins Collection, which is 1 and 0. I did 1 when it first came out all those years ago on the PS1. I haven't played it since, and apparently this is a lot better, and you can get rid of the tank controls, which is pretty important, really, in this day, going back to play older games, getting rid of tank controls. And then Resident Evil 0, which is 2 new protagonists. I don't actually recognise who the hell they are. I've never seen them, so I'll be playing both of these at some point because I want to get all the Resident Evil Platinums at this point. It just has to be done. Next is the Occupation. This was in game. It was like £5. I've never heard of it, so I bought it. And when I looked at the back of it to see what it was, it's a first-person thriller set in the northwest of England during the 1980s. I'm from the northwest of England, and I was here in the 1980s, so I want to see what this is all about. This could be quite good. It's like a spy thriller type thing. There definitely wasn't that much of that going around in the northwest of England in the 80s, or not that I was aware of anyway. It does look quite good. I'm surprised I've never heard of this one, to be honest. So again, that'll be one I stream in the future. Next, so here's when I sort of got onto my speculation type thing. The Danganronpa games are getting crazy prices on the Vita. I've never played them. I've literally watched the trailer before buying this. I still don't know what it's about. It looks like the weakest link on crack. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. There's just a load of students or something in a circle, and they're all trying to say that they didn't do a crime and somebody did a crime, and it looks like the other one, like kind of like Ace Attorney. You have to kind of puzzle and figure out who did it, kind of thing, like a whodunit. But this is the trilogy. It's sealed. I got it sealed on purpose because I want to keep it sealed. Because the Vita ones are going through the roof, crazy prices. So I wanted to get the trilogy on the PS4. So it's got Danganronpa 1 and 2, and then V3 in this. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it sealed just for... I'm probably never going to play the series. It was literally just for speculation purposes. I know, it's not the nicest thing to do, but sometimes you have to if you're trying to collect as many as you can. Next up is another one, or another sort of distributor, publisher that I want to get, and that's Sedesco. Their games seem to be quite rare. They did that Adam's Venture Origins, that goes for a fair bit of money now, or can do. I don't think they do particularly good games, although this one does look quite good. It's called Nero, Nothing Ever Remains Obscure. When I went on to CEX to buy this, because I was kind of looking at where their games are, there was only one in the country, so I bought it. Yeah, it looks like kind of an ethereal, kind of mystical, kind of journey, adventure type. It looks quite good. It looks like it could be quite a good game, so I'm surprised. I've definitely seen this in shops before, but I've never I don't think we've seen it on anyone's trophy list either. So again, this will be another one to stream, because who knows what it is. And then we're getting into the limited run, so I had a batch of 4 turn up at once. Rocket Birds Hard Boiled Chicken. So these I ordered in maybe February, March, something like that. Hard Boiled Chicken. If you haven't played this, it's great. I got the Platinum on the Vita or the PS3, I can't remember which one. It's a 2D shooter. You kind of play as this big chunky chicken dude here, and you go through sort of 2D plane shooting the, like, I think it's supposed to be Russian or communist type. Something's going on there, and you're killing enemies, and you have to get to the penguin leader and kill him. I mean, that's all you need to know, that they have a penguin leader. Yeah, it's great. If you haven't played it, you might not be able to get the physical version anymore, but get the digital version. There's a second one as well, definitely worth playing. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2. This is another limited run. This is number 271, overall 390. Hard-boiled chicken was 272, 391. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is like old school Castlevania, but not made back then. It's 8-bit. It's not 16-bit, it's 8-bit. It's going way back. Yeah, it looks like kind of old school Castlevania. And yeah, I used to play those games growing up, so this could be quite a good one to do. It's really surprising that they went for the old 8-bit, because I see 16-bit quite often, but 8-bit, that's not giving you much room for. But it's yeah, it definitely looks quite good. So yeah, this is gonna be one I'll be playing in the future stream as well. Another series. This is another limited run. I had to open this one because it had a loose disc. I hate loose discs. If a game comes new and it's got a loose disc, I have to open it, even if I have no intention of playing a game soon anyway. This is limited run number 274, 393. I played this back in the 90s. This includes 5 of them: 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98. All the King of Fighters games from that sort of era. It looks very similar to Street Fighter, even sort of the life bars. I remember playing it back in the day and actually preferring the King of Fighters over Street Fighter. So it'll actually be quite good to play these and go back to them. I don't think I'll go for any sort of platinums or anything like that. I don't actually know if it has trophies, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not going to do all of them, because me and fighting games, as much as I like playing them, I think they're cool to look at, I'm not actually very good at them. So here is another limited run, the final one of this month, I believe. This is number 283, 402 in total. This is Smugglecraft. Like I was saying before, I wouldn't buy this game now. It looks okay. It looks like a sort of almost like a racing game, kind of. I think there's a co-op element to it as well. It looks a bit like Wipeout without graphics, almost. I don't know. An early build of Wipeout. I don't know. Well, you're sort of going through and you kind of have to pick things up and do kind of deliveries, I think. Something like that. Yeah, I probably would skip this now. I'm not going to be going for like a full collection or buying everything they do anymore. So I probably would skip a game like that now, to be honest, but I've got it now, so yeah, there you go. Cabela's Big Game Hunter Pro Hunt. This is, I think I did pretty much all of the Cabela's on the PS3, but this one I got to and I just stopped. I didn't like it. I sold the game, and you can see there T for teen. It's a US. We don't really get Cabela's in the UK. We have a few that were released here, but very rarely that they actually did. So this is the US one. Like, I'm completely against hunting. Like, I could never do it in real life. But I always found something therapeutic about these kind of games. Just kind of wandering around. The shooting is kind of secondary in these games. Just looking at the animals, and then yeah, it's kind of sad to shoot them in the end. But I need to finish it, so I've got that one to finish up, because it's kind of half done on my list. And Cabela's are pretty easy, to be honest. Next up is a game I actually played. This of all these games, one I've actually played. It Takes Two. I love this game. I played it with my wife, and then she kind of couldn't do it anymore. Then my son took over, and it was great. We went all the way through it. We did the PS5 version, so you get both versions. You get the free upgrade on here. It's almost like playing sort of a Pixar story, I would say. Graphically, it's obviously different, but it's actually very well put together, and there's a lot of feeling in the story, which is kind of a Pixar trait. It's very good. And then the sort of levels as you go through, it's all very varied. You'll get different abilities, and they play off each other. So, for instance, you may, in one of the early levels, the man, I can't remember his name now. Was it Joel? No, what the hell was his name? Joey? Yeah, him. He gets like a nail gun, and then the woman, I don't remember her name. I'm so bad with names. She gets like a hammer, so you would put the nails into the wall, and then she can swim across with the hammers. And just as that sort of starts getting kind of, not old, but You just think, okay, I'm done with this now. The game does that, and then you move on and you get a new set of abilities, and it's really good to play. And we did both sets. The way the trophies work, they're kind of chapter specific, so we did the PS5 version fully, and then did the PS4 version very quickly, but I'll go into that when you see the trophy list afterwards. Next up is another kind of speculation type one. It's a bit rare now, and that's Bridge Constructor. Bridge Constructor kind of compilation here. It has Portal and Stunts on there as well. I've done Bridge Constructor, and it's my sort of game. It's just relaxing almost, to a point. It is relaxing, but you kind of build your own bridges, and then you have to get sort of different levels of vehicles across. So you start easy with a car, because obviously they don't weigh much, and then moving up to an articulated lorry, or I don't know what you would call them in America, a semi, whatever they are, and it has to be able to take the weight. Obviously it's very physics based, and the Portal one does look very interesting. I'll put some footage up of that one. There's a lot going on in the Portal one. Obviously you can use all the portals and the different gels. I don't know too much about the Stunts one, but that could be interesting as well, so I will be playing that one in the future. Next is one that was very cheap, brand new on Amazon. I think it was like £5. Slay the Spire. I've been got back into Magic, like playing paper Magic, Magic the Gathering, again with my son because he's got into it. So yeah, this is a card game, Slay the Spire, and it actually looks, as soon as I started watching the trailer, I was like, oh, I like this. I could spend hours playing this, and I think it might be one of those games I just kind of have on my list for a very long time, and eventually I'll finish it. But again, with the whole percentage thing I'm doing at the moment, it kind of wrecks it. There are a few games I want to do that with. 2 Point Hospital I want to play, Slay the Spire, just some slower ones, but it's going to wreck my percentage having them on there for a long time. But I will get to it. Slay the Spire is I've heard it's very good as well. It's got excellent scores. Next is another Sedesco title, so Among the Sleep. I think somebody in one of my streams a long while ago said to play this, and it looks like really weird. You play as this kid down here, and you got this little bear following you around, and it looks like a horror game. It definitely does when that bear kind of looks at you under its eyes. It's weird. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, it says on it, it's a psychological horror game told from the perspective of a toddler. That sounds pretty insane. But the reason I have got it is it's Sedesco, and they're kind of disappearing almost. It looks like they have very limited print runs. So yeah, I've got that one, and I might even stream that because somebody did mention. I'm sure they did a long while back. Next is a title that was it was like 3 for 2 in game or something like that. Astrobot Rescue Mission. We have this on the PS5 that we got, the kind of collection, but I didn't have it physically, and I love Astrobot, and it was really cheap, so I got it. It's as simple as that. You got to play it. If you gotta have a VR, you have to play that game. It is, out of all of the games on the VR, for me, of what I played, Astrobot is the best one. It's amazing, it really is. Next is another kind of speculation one. So what I'm doing now from now on, because a few DLCs for certain games, things like Little Big Planet, things like that, if they have a Marvel DLC or a Marvel title comes out, I'm going to buy it pretty early on. So I've got Marvel Epic Collection Pinball, Marvel Pinball Epic Collection. So this is Zen Pinball, but on the PS4. Yeah, Zen Pinballs are never good to actually to put on your trophy list because they're very difficult. But anything with sort of Marvel property on it disappears eventually. The license runs out. You've got Deadpool that disappeared. I could imagine this disappearing. That's why I've got it. The Little Big Planet sort of DLC, the Marvel stuff, that's gone. So anything with Marvel, I'm just going to sort of buy it because it disappears and obviously value and becomes rare. So that's why I've got that one. Next is another one. I went to CEX and I just needed I was looking through the PS3 stuff because I try and get one every time I go. And we've got Silent Hill Homecoming. Apparently not a very good Silent Hill at all, I believe. It's kind of middling. But it's getting a bit pricey now, so I thought I'd pick it up before it goes up anymore. I mean, Silent Hill, like I said in the previous streams, I think I've only ever played the first one. I don't remember the second one, so I think it's just the first one. So playing one of these again would be pretty cool, especially if they announce one soon. We haven't had one on the PS4, have we? I don't think so. I'll probably correct myself in the editing if we have. But yeah, I got that because full PS3 collection and everything. Next is a game courtesy of Eric Avery, you know who you are. Metal Wolf Chaos XD. He said I need to buy this, so I did. You can see it's T for teen. It was only released in the US through Special Reserve, I believe. Yeah, he sent me a super chat and said I had to buy this, so I did. So thank you. Yeah, got this sent over from America. It's From Software. You know, the Dark Souls guys, that From Software. Metal Wolf Chaos it looks like absolute chaos. It looks like the most Japanese game and the most American game I've ever seen combined. You play as the President of the United States, who is trying to win a war against, I don't actually know who, but he flies around in a mech and just destroys everything. And then it has a very Japanese feel with the sort of the cutscenes and the cinematics with the way they're done. So I don't know what to think of this, but I will again be streaming this on Thursday. It looks pretty crazy, so hopefully yeah, that should be good. Looking forward to that one, to be honest. And then finally we're going to have 2 Vita games. So again, I like to just pick up random Vita games now and again because they're disappearing pretty quickly. Extreme Legends Dynasty Warriors Complete Edition, so Dynasty Warriors 8 that is, was released on the PS3 I believe, but this is the Complete Edition, so it has the DLC with it. I've played Dynasty Warriors 7, I think that's the only one I've done. Was it 6 or 7? Might be 6. They're pretty crazy games as well. They have a long, you need a lot of time, should I say. They're very long, you take a lot of time to do. I may try that one in the future, but I just picked that one up for picking them up sake. Because who likes money? And then finally, another Vita, Marvel, Superheroes, Universe in Peril. The Lego Marvel games, although just the Lego games in general, are great, especially on the Vita. Like, they're pretty compact and easy to digest on the PS3 and the PS4 and probably now the PS5 eventually, but they're even better on the Vita because they're so short, and with the limitations of the console you can pick one up, do a level in 5 minutes and just come back to it whenever you want, and they're really good, really handy just to sort of pick up and play for a minute, you know, Vita break, like the ultimate Vita break game. And they're a lot shorter, and I think that some of the Lego games can go on too long, asking you what to do, what have you, and collect all this, and can go on a bit. But the Vita ones are definitely the best ones. So I actually have the Platinum for this one, but it was actually quite cheap for a Vita game. So that's why I got that. And that, I say that's it, but that was quite a lot, wasn't it? That was quite bad this month. But yeah, there was quite a few. I'm trying to justify it. There's quite a few limited run games that came that I ordered a while back. Yeah, so that's it for pickups this month. Let's take a look at the Platinums, and we're going to take a look at my road to 85, or Cobbled Street to 85%. Let's have a look. Right, so let's take a look at the list. Let's see where we're up to. So I've sort of cut it off here, 23rd of June, so we're going to move up, and we're going to see the first game of July was Deadpool. I managed to finish it. I streamed it a long while ago. It was last year, even, maybe. Yeah, Deadpool was actually really good in the end. I really enjoyed it, and there is a PS3 version, so I will try and find that, because it is delisted. It's probably going to go up in price, as I'd mentioned previously. The Marvel stuff does kind of disappear, and yeah, it's one to get hold of, Deadpool, because it is actually a really good game as well. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima here underneath as well. I have been doing more. I'm very, very close to getting this. You will see this fully completed next month, so that's kind of why that's there as well. So Deadpool, if you haven't, you can't buy it on the store anymore, the digital store, so try and get one. I definitely recommend it on PS4 at least. Plague Tale Innocence, PS5 version. We got it for PlayStation Plus, so yeah, obviously did my guides for it. It's amazing. If you haven't played it, you have no excuse not to go and well, I suppose you do if you don't have a PS5. No, even go and get the PS4 version and play that. It's so good, honestly. Get yourself ready for that sequel. Next is Human Fall Flat. This is all thanks to a trophy fanatic. A trophy, not just the trophy fanatic. Thank you, Bailey, for your help with this. Yeah, for the second time, it was pretty much just Bailey this time. I think it was just you, wasn't it? It was just you. Yeah, helped out with this. There was lots of walking around in circles by me as well, while I was getting the kilometers up, trying to just get the steps in, so to speak, while he went off and kind of did everything. I helped him once or twice, so yeah, there you go. 3 weeks, it didn't take that long. I started it, I got like 1 trophy, and then went and actually did it in sort of 2 days after that, when on the 16th, 15th, 16th, something like that. And yeah, it's good. Human Fall Flat, I mean, it's going to keep going. They keep adding DLC, and they've done the PS5 version, free upgrade, which is kind of odd considering how old the game is at this point. Next we have Trine 4, The Nightmare Prince. I streamed Trine 4. Trine is an excellent series. Trine 4 is beautiful. It's a great puzzle game. If you haven't played Trine, play Trine 4. It's the best looking and kind of most refined at this point. So yeah, definitely play Trine 4. I streamed that as well. Next is Bioshock 2. I did the sort of they're both single player on this one. The kind of story DLC for this one, Minerva's Den. And then my intention was to go and do the challenges as well, but I started them and I just couldn't be bothered. I'll go back and do them at some point, but I just wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't in the mood for challenges. I just want story stuff. So I scrapped doing the challenges and moved on to Trine 3, which is nothing like Trine 4 or Trine 1 or 2 at this, actually. It's kind of on the 3D plane. Most of the Trine games, the other 3 Trine games, are on 2D. They're like 2.5D. You just go left and right, that's it. This one, the third dimension, the Z dimension, is there. It was really short as well, surprisingly. 3-4 hours, like 13 hours, obviously I had a break in there as well. Not as good as the others, I don't think. It's still definitely worth a play, especially if you get the sort of trilogy, not trilogy, the set, the full complete set that you can buy. Definitely worth it. It's nice and quick, so why not? Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout is back. I said I would never touch it. They did a new season update, and I downloaded it to see if there was any kind of bugs or anything I could kind of get round of doing the other trophies. And I unlocked the get win or survive 500 rounds one, so that's why it's moved up. I only did 2 or 3. Had I just carried on, I would have got it. My son's been playing it on my account as well, so hopefully he'll get the trophies for me at this point, because I just can't. I don't want to take the time to get good at it. I really don't. I've got other stuff to do, like play It Takes Two, which I mentioned before and is amazing. You can see there we did it really quickly. The second version, the second time round. So this was my wife and me, and then it was my son. He took over because she kind of couldn't do it anymore. It was getting a bit too much. A fantastic game. I mentioned it earlier, but I'm not going to go too much. But yeah. Then you can sort of import your save. It kind of just remembers your save between the two. You don't need to import it. It just kind of reads the same save file. And the way the trophies are structured, they are chapter specific. So all you need to do is just run to the certain point in the chapter, do the trophy, and then move on. So you can actually do it really quickly. An hour and 22 was not too bad, considering one of us was 8 and hadn't really played any sort of games like this before. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's co-op only, so you will need, it obviously does come with a code as well, like the previous game they did. It comes with a code, so you can give the friend the code and they can help you out even if they don't have the game. It Takes Two, play it, seriously. Next you can see Warframe. Warframe I got 1 trophy on years ago when it first came out. Free to play, isn't it? We all kind of know what Warframe is at this point. And this trophy list is horrendous. 84 trophies. Well, it's not horrendous, it's so long. It's hundreds of hours long. You can see I have 2%, but it's actually 4 trophies. They're actually, for the most part, the trophies are kind of simple. Let's have just have a quick look here. So the main one is just reach rank 30, which you do pretty quickly, going through the things with all different weapons. Revive 10 allies, play for 10 hours, get 100 kills, revive. So this is how it's kind of broken down into the DLC. They kind of just add, these are all updates rather than DLC, and it's just adds certain sort of stipulations. Some of them are really simple, some of them not so much. It's actually quite confusing. The initial sort of campaign I was doing, the tutorial campaign, was pretty straightforward and it was actually quite fun. You can sort of dip in and out of the game and leave it and come back. Yeah, it was quite good, and that was my idea. Just do 1 a day and just eventually I'll get there, maybe, who knows, but I kind of need to get rid of this percentage up. And then it got really confusing after the tutorial. I did not know where to go, which world to go to, so I'm going to have to actually concentrate and put a bit of time into so I know what I'm doing to start with. But yeah, I will be doing it eventually. It's kind of a daily thing I'm doing now. Next is Prince of Persia on the PS3. I went and bought the DLC at full price because that's never come down. I need to start doing these because we will eventually have another scare with the PS3 and the Vita store, because I think it's a security thing, isn't it? Is why they want to get rid of them. They're old, they're outdated, they could get hacked, your details are on there, that kind of stuff. I think that's the worry, because it kind of happened with the Vita, didn't it? Yeah, so I got the I think it was like $7.99 for the DLC for this. Prince of Persia does not handle like anything we play anymore, but it's actually quite good once you sort of get into the rhythm of swinging and running across the walls. It's actually primarily a platforming game. The combat is not very good. It's kind of rhythm based, but it's not very good. It's a bit spongy on the reaction times and things like that. It doesn't feel very good, but I want to get it done, and it's been quite a slog to get through it, I'm not gonna lie. Eventually I will I did want to get it done before this video, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it that night before, so it's not done. And then finally we have Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception Remastered, so the PS4 version a year and 2 months later. I streamed it initially. I did a brutal on all 3 of them, and then I did the speedruns for the first 2. I never got around to the third one because it is longer, and then I did it last Thursday. I did the full thing, 5-hour stream. It was quite long, even though my time was, what was it, 3:39, something like that. Yeah, and that's Uncharted done, unfortunately, for me, until they release a remastered PS5 version of all of them, I hope. That'd be actually quite cool, wouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, Lost Legacy, and Golden Abyss all on one PS5 disc. I could do that. I don't think it would fit, but maybe it might be 2 discs, but I would get that. I'd definitely play it again. I mean, it's Uncharted. We say we don't want remakes, but it's Uncharted. You'd play it. I'd play it. Yeah, I mean, look at Drake there. You gotta play it. So where are we? We're at 80.92. So I was hoping to get to 81. Again, time. Having to get through Dark Souls 3 on my practice runs has taken up a lot of time, to be honest. So I was doing really well at the beginning of the month. I was getting quite a bit done, and then it just sort of fell apart towards the back end. Hopefully I get more done. So we're on 411 platinums now. And yeah, level 686, 80.92, almost. So close. We'll get there, eventually. So we're really close there to 81%. I really wanted to do it, but I don't know, couldn't do it. Yeah, Prince of Persia was slowing me down a bit. So on to the most important part of the video, which is saying thanks to any new patrons and members on the YouTube channel. So I'll go through these. We have Zachary Ralph, who's been a patron for a long while, but he wanted a trophy next to his name, so now he is a member as well. So thank you. Francophone is a rejoin, so he's, I don't know, I always do this. If your name comes to the top of the list as I sort of read down it, even if you rejoined, it might have just stopped for a day or so. I'll read your name out again because it looks like you're new, and it's always good to hear your name again, I suppose. And I get to say thank you again. So Francophone. And then we have Adam Freeman, who promised he would become a member. Not that I held him to the promise or anything, but he said he would once he'd sort his new job out, and he did, so thank you. We've got Niels X, who is a rejoin, so thank you for that. And Aaron Inkpen, another rejoin, thank you for that as well. Q Crazy Ghost Q, who is a brand new member, brand new on the channel as well, so thank you for that. And then we have Yvette's, or Stevie. I now know it's spelt Y-E-V-E-T-S. So I didn't even notice it's Stevie backwards. Of course it is. He became a member, and then a couple of days later also became a platinum patron as well. So thank you so much for that. Basim is a rejoin as well, so thank you, Basim. And then we have new members here. We've got Colton S, thank you for that. And then these next 3 are technically next month. They're in August because they were yesterday on the stream, but I'm recording on this on the 2nd because I haven't had time on the 1st. So these are you'll probably hear your name again next month. So we've got Roxy Lens, Scott Casper, and OFT Deadshot, all 3 new members on the stream on the 1st yesterday. So thank you, you 3. And then we have a new patron. We have Andre Descrovi, I think your name is, sorry if you pronounced that wrong. Silver patron, and then Rod Gottfried. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I didn't. You are a gold patron, so thank you all. It's just it blows my mind every month. There's always a long list to read off. I know I'm reading the rejoins as well, but taking those away, it's still a long list, and I can't thank you all enough. It really does mean a lot. And that's it this month. So not too bad pickups wise for sure. I'm gonna get that percentage up. I'm kind of don't have too much time with Dark Souls all this month, so I'll try and get a bit in there, but I don't know if the percentage is going to go up this month a lot. But we'll see. I want to try some new games as well. I'm kind of itching to play new games, but this whole percentage thing's holding me back a bit. So we'll see. Maybe it might have to take a hit for a couple of months. I mean, it's an ongoing series. We're going to be doing this forever at this point. 85% is going to be a long way off. Kind of like the Hannah Montana stream. Right, thank you all. I'll see you in September for August kind of wrap up. So I will see you then. Thank you again. Goodbye.